Good morning, students. How are you all? I hope you all are well. So, students, as all of you know, we have started with our chapter number 3, factors and multiples. Till now, what we have studied? We have studied about the definition of factors, which can be defined in two ways. Beside this, we have also learned about how to determine the factors by the method of multiplication and division. Now, today, we are going to study about the properties of factors. But before going into detail, let us revise what we have studied till now. So, let's have a look.
So students, the first thing that we have studied earlier about the factor is that what are factors? As you already know, we can define the factors in two terms, that is in terms of multiplication and in terms of division. Let's talk about them one by one. First is in terms of multiplication. If we talk about the factors in terms of multiplication, we can define the factors as a number that is multiplied by another to give a product. For example, 7 into 8 is equals to 56. So, 7 and 8 are the factors of 56. We have gone through many examples for this, like here 6 into 7 is equals to 42. So, 6 and 7 are the factors of 42. 7 into 9 is equals to 63. So, 7 and 9 are the factors of 63. 8 into 6 is equals to 48. So, 8 and 6 are the factors of 48. And 4 into 9 is equals to 36. So, 4 and 9 are the factors of 36. Besides this, what we have studied? We have studied about the definition of factors in terms of division as well. So, we can define the factors in terms of division as a number that divides evenly into another number. It means that when we divide any number by another, the remainder comes out to be 0. So, the quotient and the divisor are the factor of that number. For example, 56 divide 8 is equals to 7. Here 56 is the dividend, that is the number, and 8 and 7 are the divisor and quotient. So, 8 and 7 are the factors of 56. We have taken many examples like 42 divide 7 is equals to 6. So, 7 and 6 are the factors. 63 divide 9 is equals to 7. So, 9 and 7 are the factors. 48 divide 6 is equals to 8. So, 6 and 8 are the factors, whereas 36 divide 9 is equals to 4. So, 9 and 4 are the factors. So, if we combine both the definitions, we can define the factor as a number which exactly divides the given number, or factors are the numbers you can multiply to get the given number. It means that we can write the factors in terms of multiplication as well as division, like here 1 into 12 is equals to 12, 2 into 6 is equals to 12, 3 into 4 is equals to 12. So, 12 is divisible by 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 and 12. So, the factors of 12 are 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 and 12. So, this was all about the definition of factors that we have studied. After that, we have also learned about the methods of finding factor. Likewise, definition, we can find the factors in two ways, by multiplication and by division. Like here, I have written 3 into 7 is equals to 21 and 21 divided 7 is equals to 3. So, 7 and 3 are the factors which we have written in form of statement of multiplication as well as in form of division. So, let us talk about them one by one. So, if we talk about the factors in terms of multiplication, we can say that factors are the numbers that when multiplied will give us another number. There are different steps which we have to follow to find the factors. We are talking here about the multiplication. Just keep in mind this, okay. So, let's talk about the steps of finding factors. First one, what you have to do, you have to start with 1, multiply the number, then try with 2, 3, 4, etc. When you repeat your factors, cross out the repeat. You are done at this point. And if you get doubles such as 4 into 4, then you are done. Repeats or doubles let you know that you are done. We have gone through many examples for this. Let us understand this with the help of example of 16, which we have studied also earlier. So, what we have studied here, first you have to multiply 1 with 16, as 1 is a factor of every number. You have to keep this in mind. Now, secondly, move on to the table of 8. We just count the table until 6 come. So, we found that 2 8s are 16. So, 2 and 8 are the factor of 16. Next, move on to the table of 3, as we know that 3 table doesn't have 16 in it. So, we say that 3 is not a factor of 16. Next, move on to the table of 4. We found that 4 into 4 is equals to 16. Since doubles are here, so we are done. We need not to move further for finding the factors. So, by following these steps, we found that the factors of 16 are 1, 2, 4, 8 and 16 as well. Now, this step are applicable for finding the factors of smaller number. But what about the bigger number? For this method, what we have to do? We have to use the division method. Yes, finding factors by division. Let us revise what is the definition of factors in terms of division. In terms of division, we can define the factor as a number that is an exact divisor of that number, that is the factor leaves remainder 0 when it divides that number. Likewise, in the multiplication we have followed certain steps. Similarly, we have to follow the steps for division as well. First of all, what you have to do, you have to start by listing 1 and the number itself. It means you have to divide the given number with the 1. After that, divide the number by 2, 3, 4 and so on until the remainder comes 0. So, you have to find the factors in this way. We have taken the examples earlier also. Let us revise with the example of 78. First of all, divide 78 with 1. We found that the remainder comes out to be the 0 and the factors here are 1 and 78. Then divide with 2. After division with 2, we found that the quotient is 39, remainder is 0. So, the factors of 78 in terms of 2 are 2 and 39. Next, divide on with the table of 3. If you divide with the 3, you found the factors come out to be 3 and 26. Divide it with 4, we found that remainder doesn't come out 0. Divide with 5, again remainder doesn't come out to be 0. Divide with 6, the remainder comes out here 0 and the quotient is 13. So, the factors again are here 6 and 13. Moving on to the table of 7, remainder is again not 0. Moving on to the table of 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, we found that the remainder is again non-zero number. So, after that we just move on to the table of 13. When we come to the table of 13, we found that the quotient comes out to be the 6, which is similar as that of the table when we divide it by 6. So, here the factor of 13 and 6 comes out, which is a repetition. So, we have to stop here, and after carrying out the whole process of division, we found that the factors of 78 are 1, 2, 3, 6, 13, 26, 39 and 78. So, now what do you know? You are able to find out the factors using the multiplication and division. This completes with our recapitulation what we have done in the last 3 sessions of the chapter. Now today we have to move on to our next topic. Now today we are going to study about the properties of factors. As you have studied about the 4 fundamental operations of addition, subtraction, multiplication and division, each one of the operation has its own property. Similarly, factors also have its own properties. So let's look into them one by one. First property states that the number 1 is a factor of every number. It means that if we multiply any number with 1 or divide any number with 1, we get the factor as 1. Likewise, we can also say that during the determination of the factor of the number either by multiplication or by division, we get the number as 1 of its factor. For example, 1 into 6 is equals to 6, or 6 divide 1 is equals to 6. Here I have divided and multiplied the number with 1 and I get the factor as 1 also. Similarly, in the second example, 1 into 78 is equals to 78 and 78 divided by 1 is equals to 78. The second property states that every non-zero number is a factor of itself. It means that while determining the factors either by multiplication or by division, we found that the factor of a non-zero number comes out to be itself also. Likewise, if we multiply 6 with 1, we get the factor as 1 and 6, that is 6 is the number itself, or if we divide any number by 6, we get the factor as 6 and 1. Similarly, for 78 into 1 is equals to 78 and 78 divided by 78 is equals to 1. It means that 78 here is one of the factor of its number. The third property states that the smallest factor of a number is 1. It means that while determining the factors, the smallest number or the smallest factor is 1 always. For example, if we determine the factors of 12, we found that the factors come out to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 and 12. Here the smallest factor of 12 is 1. That will be same for all the numbers. It means 1 will definitely come as a smallest factor. No factor should be less than 1. The fourth property states that the largest factor of the number is the number itself. For example, let's take the example of 12 again. Here the factors of 12 are 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 and 12. The largest factor that comes out of 12 is 12. That is the number itself. No factor should be greater than 12. The next property states that every factor of a non-zero number is less than or equal to the number. It means that if we found the factor of any number, all the factors that comes out should be less than or equal to that number. For example, again if we talk about the factors of 12, we found that the factors are 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 and 12, and the every factor come out here is less than 12. It means that 1 is less than 12, 2 is less than 12, 3 is less than 12, 4 is less than 12, 6 is less than 12 and 12 is equal to 12. So no factors comes out here is greater than 12. So these are the main properties of the factor which you have to keep in mind. In general, we can say that 1 is the factor of every number and the largest factor is the number itself. Okay, so it will be clear to you. Now today the next topic that we have to study is about the tests of divisibility. Tests of divisibility help us to discover whether a number has a factor beside 1 and the number itself. With the help of these rules, we are able to determine whether the given number is divisible by any number like 2, 3, 4 and so on. You can, without doing the actual calculation, can easily determine whether the given number is a factor of that number or not. For this, you have to follow the certain rules which we have made. The rule for every number is different, like for 2 it is different, for 3 it is different, for 5 it is different and so on. The advantage of this rule is that without doing the division, but just by looking at the number, we are able to determine whether the number is divisible by the given number or not. Like here, I have written determine whether each number is divisible by 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9 or 10. I have written here 712 is divisible by 24, 1035 is divisible by 359, 32221 is divisible by none of them, 8340 is divisible by 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 10. So how I have determined this? I have determined this by following the certain rules. I have not done any calculation here. I have just followed the rules which are necessary for you to know to determine the factors of the given numbers. Now you will say that where are the rules? Actually, I am not going to teach the rules today. We will continue with it in the next session. I am just introducing this concept to you so that it will be clear to you that you can determine whether the number is divisible by the given number only by looking at the number. Okay.
So students, this was all for today. I hope you have understood all the properties of factors clearly. Moreover, you are now also know about the meaning of divisibility test. Now what you have to do? You have to do a lot of practice. Till then, take care. See you tomorrow with the continued session of this video. Bye.